That looks quite lovely. In fact, it looks really lovely. It's really close to perfect. I think it's perfect now. So let's clamp this on. And this still is not flush here, which is just great. I'll take this little drill bit. I'm going to drill out this hole. These two holes will end up becoming
machine head
where the machine heads go. You got it. And the nice thing with it is there's one on each side, not in the same spot. So that allows us to make it symmetrical, no matter what. Like we can replicate whatever, say these are in the wrong spot even, we can replicate whatever error is on each side to the point where it ends up being symmetrical. So it's why I do one on each side rather than two on one side or three or whatever it is. This is so now I've got this firmly screwed to my actual wood here now, and this is the tricky part because of the end grain of the actual headstock here. This particular pass from about, in fact, can I borrow the pencil? From about 1/8 of an inch in onwards is the easiest. As soon as you hit here though, then it gets a little sketchy, a little dangerous. So I'll usually go almost to the end because this bit, the way it's spinning, it wants to tear out here. It wants to make a big mess. When we go around this side, because the grain direction is ending along the sides here, it wants to tear out this little corner here. So what I do with this side is little passes in a circular motion like this, going upwards. The sketchiest portion is from the angle of the headstock upwards. And then the other scary spot is over here. So this is not a fun task. I actually hate this task. And one thing I hate more than this task is watching you people do it. So please be careful. So I'll start off by plugging it in. Safety first. And you want to make sure that your bearing is nicely sitting above, so it's easily reading the middle of this template. And the other thing is you don't want to have your hands all around this area. So I'll usually have one hand behind the wood, the other hand over here working it. You want to make sure that you're pressing downwards as well. You don't want to be like hitting it like this, because if you do, you're going to be carving and making a mess of things. So I'll start off like this. This little spot here is the most likely spot where that rudder bit will tear it off and break it. And by the way, the name of this rudder is Face Chomper. because it can not only just tear off this corner here, but can also grab it and pull your hand into the blade. So that's another reason why over here I'll switch again, and I'll just try to take off a teeny bit at a time. If you prefer to not even use the router for this, I don't blame you. Use a file, use a chisel. Don't use the router because it's dangerous. But it turned out fine. Then and there you go, got a sort of a Martin or Washburn style headstock. So nice and standard old-fashioned early 1900s peg head.